Hey, welcome to the pre-game show. Today's game is Thames Valley Cavaliers versus Nottingham McDonald's Hoods. I'm Chris Hughes from Rebound. I'm joined by Essex Rebels captain Tom Child. Welcome, Tom. Hope you're well.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, I say apologies. We were chatting before we had a live. We got cut to say we're doing this remotely. I'm really looking forward to the stream, Tom. I know I watched you guys play Nottingham last weekend, so maybe just give us a little insight what the guys watching today can expect from Nottingham.
Yeah, they're quite a young team. Obviously, they've got a few experienced guys like Delaney Powell and Matt Ward-Hibbert and stuff like that. Obviously, Victor's their kind of main guy to watch out for. I think he's averaging about 20 points per game. So I think Thames Valley can kind of keep him quiet and kind of force some of the younger guys to make decisions and put them under some pressure. I think that's probably the key to the game. Just making sure he stays quiet, make sure Delaney, when he comes off the bench, doesn't get going. And should be a good game though, for sure.
Definitely, and obviously today is one of the later games. I know Reading's playing a simultaneous while we're on live now, and Solent's games is finishing early. But you mentioned about Victor, sort of averaging around 21 guys, really having a good day. Greg Poley, and he did a massive 46 points there. I know you weren't really watching him directly, just busy, you're not getting ready for tomorrow, but what do you thought about his season so far? He's sort of walking bucket, isn't he?
He is, he's tough. He's obviously a big guy with also finesse, it's hard to guard. Obviously we played Hemel and he got like 32 and 16 as well. You just got to try and do what you can to contain him, especially in this league where he's kind of like he's big for the forward position in this league. He can use his size to his advantage, but he can also step outside and hit the mid-range. And clearly, he went 20 for 23 today. He must have been firing on all cylinders. So
definitely, and I was hearing some comments calling for him to be the NBL Player of the Week already, and I'm pretty sure with an efficiency of around 57, there's not really much competition for that spot this week. With this time, I feel a bit deja vu, because it was only recently these two teams met in the L Lynch competition. But what do you think about Thames Valley Cavaliers? What can maybe people have not seen Thames Valley up close now? What can we expect from them?
They're tough. They're definitely one of the best teams in the league. Obviously, the likes of Johnson and Silla, Blaine, they're just really well balanced. Like they've got experience at every position. Even Kai, like guys that have been in the BBL, been around, played Division 1, and as a collective, they're really big. But they don't have necessarily like a 7-footer or a traditional centre as such. But like Silla's like a good height. Taylor Johnson's well over 6 foot, and Kai's well over 6 foot. So they're a really tough matchup because you play guys like smaller guards against them, and any one of them kind of take advantage of that matchup. And obviously the likes of Lewis Champion at the point, kind of they run the show for them really. So yeah, they're tough. They're a tough matchup. And
for Thames Valley Cavaliers, I think a lot of their focus, you mentioned about sort of Delaney Powell, Victor Lorraine. In terms of how would you talk Thames Valley Cavaliers into how they should play against this side? What sort of ways they can combat the strengths Nottingham Hoods pose this weekend?
I think for Thames Valley, it's about making sure they do what they do well. So as long as Thames Valley play their game, they like to get out in transition and kind of use their better guys and their experienced guys to get them going and create for themselves. And I think as long as they kind of focus on themselves and obviously key in on Victor and kind of maybe try and get the ball out of his hands, don't let him get going in transition sort of thing, make other guys make decisions. I think that's key for them, and taking advantage of them physically, because Nottingham aren't that big. I think the rebound battle is where Thames Valley could really do some damage to their Nottingham.
Definitely, and hopefully Nottingham to take part in an interesting game, because they've got strengths themselves. You mentioned the 2 guards, and they've got the bigs of Jaffa, Babaloa. What ways, you said how Thames Valley can exploit it, are there ways that the Nottingham side can exploit it?
Yeah, definitely. It's tough, as I said. I think for me, Thames Valley are one of the best teams in the league, but anything can happen. Both teams have got to step on the floor. I think Nottingham have got to be able to knock down some shots. I think that's going to be a real key to the game. I know statistically don't shoot the ball particularly well, but I think if they can knock down some shots, get Victor going, get Delaney going, and also get Thames Valley's key guys in foul trouble, try and get Silla out of the game. So then that rebounding battle isn't such an issue. So, trying to go at him early, go at Johnson early, get Freckleton going early, go at the guys and try and get them in foul trouble and make some shots. And I think they've got as good a chance as anybody.
Definitely, and obviously looking at the rest of the action this weekend, Loughborough got the win as Oaklands, Newcastle beat BA London Lions, Solent I think pretty much beating Bradford when I watch them, and Reading Leicester's also on at the same time. You guys obviously got your game tomorrow against Worthing. What are you guys expecting from Worthing in your game tomorrow?
Worthing, experienced team, Zaire, Tom Ward, Howard. I think they keep them. They don't play fast. They slow the game right down. Utilise a lot of post ups. As I said, similar to Thames Valley, like Zaire will post up smaller guards. Same with Tom Ward. I think, just trying to speed them up. They won't want to play fast. They're going to want to run their half court offense and play from there. I think for us, it's just a matter of, as I say, playing fast, get out in transition, speed them up. Don't let them get comfortable, because they can sort of lull you into this false sense of security, and then before you know it, you've got a game on your hands. So that's the key for me.
Definitely. We were talking about pre-games. They Worthing seemed to be a bit of a purple form without Cam. But listen to what you're saying. Maybe that's because Cam plays slightly different to the guys, whereas he does like to run the floor. He does like to sort of do those transition points. What's coach said in terms of dealing with Worthing with Cam and then Worthing without Cam? Are there two different entities, or are they much similar, with and without him?
Like you say, it's kind of it's an interesting one, because obviously Cam, he's kind of, can be his own outlet, grab the rebound and go coast to coast and take quick shots and transition threes. But without him, Worthing have looked a lot kind of more, a lot slower and a lot more kind of team orientated. And that's not taking anything away from Cam, obviously, but it's just that he is that good that they're going to look to go to him and utilise him. Whereas I think kind of now they're forced to kind of play as more of a unit and kind of take more of the time and get better looks. So it's an interesting one. You can't, whereas before it's kind of focus on Cam, make sure he doesn't get going. Whereas now it's kind of, obviously we know about Zaire and the experience he has, but making sure Tom doesn't get going, Howard, like Jack Sunderland, all these guys, you've got to kind of really key in on them as a team as opposed to an individual.
And also the other game on Sunday is Hemel versus Solent, and I know we were talking before Ed, so say this week I've noticed on the scores and schedule play for NBL, but if you go far enough in the future, you just see the playoffs. So what I've seen from the playoffs is first and second place teams get a bye, but the rest sort of play each other to knock out a bit. So first and second seeds join the next round. With that in mind, who do you think will get that second spot? Do you think Thames Valley Cavaliers will, or do you think Hemel or someone else will?
It's an interesting one. I certainly think probably based on form and based on like kind of the record, that definitely Thames Valley and Hemel will be battling that out. I know Hemel have had a few close games. I know Barking took them close. Obviously, we managed to beat them by one. But I'd say they're probably the most experienced teams and have the best. You'd probably say the best chance based on form and record. But I think like Newcastle are a good team. They can beat anybody on their day. I like to think we can beat any on our day. So we've got Sam back this weekend, healthy. I think when we're fully fit, we're a good team as well. So I think there's definitely it's going to be an interesting one. But if I had to pick one now, probably Thames Valley for the moment.
And I think, like how I've sort of seen, it's been the most competitive season I've witnessed watching the NBL. I think maybe that's what's made decision makers make this big playoffs, because I think on any given day most teams can beat anyone. I think that's what's really good about this game. But finally, just going back onto this game, obviously Greg Pony is probably doing a favourite to win Player of the Week, but look at this tie, look at the mismatches. Who do you think is most likely to have that biggest impact, sort of be the MVP from this game?
I think for me, it'd have to be either Taylor or Silla. Taylor's one of the most efficient scorers in the league. you know, he can easily go 9 for 10 from the field, 10 for 12 from the field, and put up 30 points and 10 rebounds before you know it. And likewise, with Silla, if he can get a big double and shoot a good percentage from the field, like, he's definitely going to have a good chance, because I can imagine him getting a lot of rebounds today. So definitely one of those two for me. And then, of course, from Nottingham, if Victor gets going, you never know. Like, you know, he can put up a really good performance as well. So one of those three guys for me, I'd say.
Definitely, there's a lot of talent to pick out. And before we go, just to say, I see a lot of similarities with Thames Valley Cavaliers in Essex, where you got quite a lot of guards competing for those spots. When you're playing, like, how easy it's to find that hot hand. So I imagine Thames Valley Cavaliers will be trying to find the shooter one in form. So, like, if Blaine is hot, he'll probably get a lot of the shots. How do they work that out in the play to play? Is it coach driven, or do you think it'll be the players on the floor trying to sort of find the man?
Probably a combination of both, but probably player led. In transition, you know, trying to just find him, locate him early, get him into spots that he likes, and then if there's a timeout or a dead ball situation, it's a walk up, maybe you're running a set to get Blaine, for example, an open look from three or whatever shot that he likes. So, but those guys are experienced enough to know who's hot and how to get them there. So they'll have plays to get guys open and get them in positions to be successful. So yeah, combination of both really.
And yes, I really appreciate you coming on. I know you got your game on tomorrow, and I know the game is about to start in about 7 or 8 minutes. I just want to get your final thought on if you had to sort of compare the two in terms of maybe where you think they sit in the. I know we talked about Thames Valley Cavaliers, who are one of the better teams. Where do you see this Nottingham side in terms of, do you see near the top or near the bottom? Because I feel on their day, they, like you say, if any team can match it all, but where do you see them as a team in the table?
Again, it's a difficult one. Like, I never want to kind of discredit anyone or anything like that, but I mean, based on form and the record, obviously they're towards the lower end right now. That's not to say they can't climb up and improve and whatnot. I think they're going through, you know, probably a bit of a transition period. As I say, I've got young guys, and obviously Tintin isn't there anymore, and the likes of Luke Mitchell isn't there anymore, and, you know, Delaney and Matt are getting a little bit older and stuff like that. So I think it's just for them, it's about finding who's going to step up, who's going to be the guy that's going to help Victor, you know. But listen, like I said, anybody in this league can beat anybody on their day. So they've just got to keep finding themselves, keep working hard, and yeah, I'm sure they'll be just fine.
Yeah, that's how I really look forward to this one. The guys will be commentating in about 5 or 6 minutes' time. Thank you for coming on, Tom, and I wish you all the best of luck in tomorrow's day. I'll be tuning in to watch it. Thank you for coming on, my friend, and stay safe.
No problem, mate. Thanks for having me, mate. Take it easy.
You too.
Just want to give a shout out, Saturday night out there. Your boys are back. We made it through another week, Jules. I don't know how, but we're back. Man. Welcome.
Man, we're getting there. It's getting to that time. Hopefully summertime, things will open up a little bit.
It's looking like that, but as we're still in lockdown, we want to invite you and just welcome you to another game at the Thames Valley Cavaliers versus the Nottingham Hoods. And it seems like we were just here, Jules. 2 weeks ago, the same matchup in the Lynch Trophy, or the L Lynch Trophy, saw Thames Valley give a bit of a convincing win. So obviously Nottingham are coming in here again to try and just make good on what they didn't do last time.
Definitely, and it's always when you get a big convincing win, motivation, how they're going to come back and how they're going to respond, how they're going to play this time. Are they going to take things a little easy, take them for granted, knowing that they got such a convincing win from the last time? So it's quite interesting to see how things will play out. What is your prediction from today's game?
Well, to be honest with you, just looking in the warm-up, and it's sometimes hard to tell, but Nottingham look a little bit more engaged this week than they did last time. They came out a bit tentatively, but I think today, like you said, today's game is going to be a lot different. Thames Valley have been playing a lot better, I think, the last few games. And there's a new addition to the team. We'll get his name later, so we can get it right. Okay. But I think it's going to be a lot closer game. And I think Nottingham, you get to see what Thames Valley's like. You sort of get those nerves out, playing against one of the better teams. I think they're going to come out today and give us a game. Well, let's hope so.
All right, so I'm going to pepper you with another question. So if you're the Nottingham Hoods coach, what are you telling the guys knowing what happened last time here?
Well, we say this every week on the mic. First thing, you need to get a body on Silla anytime the ball goes up. That's standard. I think you need to get out into a high-tempo game, at least get Thames Valley moving up and down the floor. Okay, maybe put a bit more pressure on them defensively. I remember in last game, we spoke about Ajay. He came in and gave, even though he was battling and outsized, he gave a lot of effort. And obviously, I think last game, we look at their leading scorer, who is a ex-Thames Valley player, came in. I think he was maybe, sometimes you come back to your old team, you're trying to do too much, so he came in. I don't think we really saw what we could out of him. And I think today we'll see more. I mean, he's averaging 22.8 points, Victor Olarerin. So I think if those guys, obviously Delaney Powell, who played pretty well last game, those guys come in, do their jobs, and I think just stifle Thames Valley getting any easy putbacks, easy stuff, and just try and keep Johnson under control and, put more pressure on these guys.
Definitely, I agree. I think Powell and Victor, they got to lead the way for this team and get their team off to a really good start.
And once again, I don't see Seth Hawley out here again, so I don't know if there's been any changes over the past few weeks. We see a new guy in who we're going to get his name in a second from, our technical department around here. Give them a shout out early on today. But they've got a new guy in who seems like a big guy. And welcome back to Coach Pete Deppish, who's away. Great to see him back on the sideline. So let's see what goes on. And already the scoreboard says 3-0 to Thames Valley. So that's not bad to begin with, is it?
Good start.
And it's good to see, as you said, we heard the announcement. Things opened up a bit. Sun came out today. So hopefully this summer was going to be a summer of basketball. So all these guys hopefully are getting ready. Good to start watching this game now today. Get ready for the summer ahead, where we can maybe get back onto the course. Everyone can get back out there on a game I know they've been missing. So let's see what the starting lineups look like. Okay, from my sheet here, we've got Delaney Powell out there. Quiet as given. Okay, let's see what the matchups look like. Obviously, they like to test us every week, Jules. Because we're professional, we're meant to know what the numbers are on the guys, even though our sheet says something different. It's sort of like a game that we have to play every week. I think the upstream guys are really just trying to test us to show our severe levels of unprofessionality. We're gonna wing it early.
So it looks like they brought in a couple new guys. One guy looks number 43, good size on him. I'd imagine he'd be matched up with Silla. And he is. So that's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds.
As Thames Valley come down with their normal hypo, Freckleton with an early three. No good, but Johnson already looking very active today. Great rebound, put back, miss. Hehetro, rebound again. Johnson, another rebound and put back. And that's not very good start for Nottingham. As we pointed out, second chance points is something they have to limit, and they had 3 opportunities there. As come down, Delaney Powell knocks down a short one.
So that's already a slight concern, leaving Delaney Powell wide open, bit of miscommunication, so they really need to get on track.
Definitely, and as we see out there, so just looking for Nottingham, Ward Hibbert's out there, Delaney Powell. I think Manpreet Hyundai is out there, as Silla gets an easy 2.
I think Silla will want to have a good game today, otherwise he was a little bit below par last game, so you know he's going to come out motivated and energized to start this one.
Definitely, the early foul trouble last game kept him off the floor, but he's back, got first early 2 on a drive. That's going to see him well. As Powell looking to get something easy, no good. Champion looking to push it. Ahead to Johnson, drive in the middle, easy layup.
So that was way too easy. Simple fast break, the lane opened up wide open for Taylor Johnson to get an easy 2. He's up to 4 points. Another great start for him so far.
As Ward Hibbert puts up a long one, short, Silla with the rebound. Teams cannot come down here to Uxbridge and try and trade baskets with Thames Valley. This is what they do. They don't mind an offensive shootout. But if you're going to give them another easy second chance point, as it's down to Silla with a mismatch, but good battle in there. He took the challenge, Number 20. Okay, and thankfully our professionals down here in the production department have sorted us out with the team sheets and the stats and so on, so that will be coming to you. As Johnson looked for a quick drive, no good, but he gets it back and he's looking to push it down to Silla. Oh, missed it, but and he missed the second one too. As Powell looked to come back down. Let's see if Nottingham can get something good this time. Hehetro guarding the man outside and doing a great job on him. As Silla switches out. No good. As they tried a very difficult pass in there toward Hibbert on the baseline. Thames Valley looking to push it as Champion puts up a 3.
And I want to see him doing a lot more of that. He's a very capable guard. He's one of the better guards in this league, and he is capable of knocking down that 3-point line relatively easy.
And as you said, and I think he does a great job fitting into the role and, you know, not really pushing too much or forcing too much. But as we said, he's a very talented guard who can do all that. But in this team, sometimes he doesn't need to.
Okay, so we have Wright, number 20 for Nottingham Hoods. He's just drawn the foul. It's going to be an end-line ball. And also we've got Babalola, who's been a new addition to this team since we last played him, at number 43, who's matched up with Silla on the inside.
Great. As they're looking to... So right now, looking to find something low, throws a pass over to Powell. Looking to drive, pull up. And Powell is looking to be very aggressive on the offensive end. As Thames Valley come down and try and get some structure going. Freckleton, I like the way he runs this team. Over to Johnson. They're looking for a low post down there, and that's something I'll go to all day if I get the chance.
And I mean, the entry pass was so easy. You played behind him, and if you're playing behind Silla, it is going to be a very long day. You're looking at 30 points and 15 rebounds, very easy.
Definitely, and no one's coming to help off of that. You know, understandably with the 3-point shooters out there, but you know, you can't let him keep shooting 70% and think good things are going to happen. And Delaney Powell drops at the halfway line, so they've got numbers. And Hehetro was actually trying to make a very nice, cheeky little dump down there the middle to Silla training. And I don't know if you remember last week where Hehetro made a play on the break. I think he's starting to think he's a point guard, and that's not bad for you big men. You slow it down early doors, but you like to see that. You like to see a little bit of inventiveness of the big fellas. They look for that alley-oop play, which I love. Champion looking to drive, nice drive through the middle, draws a foul.
So the first 3.5 minutes, it's been all Thames Valley. Powell's been aggressive with limited success at this moment. So again, it's time to make a few adjustments. We haven't seen Victor check in, so there may be an issue, and it would be interesting to see what the story is behind that.
Definitely, I see him. He's at the end of the bench, and you'd expect him to start, so there may be a problem there. And as you say, Jules, I mean, so far, Nottingham haven't done anything on the offensive end creatively. They're coming down, they look to, trying to beat their man individually. Thames Valley too experienced to let that happen. You have to let the ball move. You have to be a bit more creative in your scoring opportunities, or this could be over early doors.
I'd agree with you. And I mean, the energy is not there from Nottingham Hoods at this point as well on the defensive end, and that's what it's going to take to beat a talented Thames Valley team like this as well.
And you'd think by now that everybody watching these games will know you need to keep it close, because if not, these two guys on the mic are just going to start talking about all sorts of things. You know what I mean? And it's like, and that's something we noticed last game too. They love to force the inside tough play, and normally to a guard cutting. I don't really like the look of that, because these aren't, you don't want your small man in there trying to finish all the time.
And they're playing like an open offense where, it's kind of leading it up to the players to devise what they want to do with passing, screening, cutting. You do need structure at certain times, especially when things aren't going your well, because that's just going to end up in turnovers for your team.
Definitely, and as you know, the players on the team, if you run down, you don't touch the ball, you run down again, you don't touch the ball. Now the effort on defense is going to lag. This is where they have to come together, because you can't come into Thames Valley and win without a team performance. There's no one, I think, good enough to come in here and do it on their own. As champion looks for a nice wide open three. Oh, how did that rim up? But
that was so easy, so simple. He had all the time. He's not even being contested down there on the offensive rebound. Things need to change, and quickly. I think the coach needs to look at taking a timeout.
That's the first name on the top of my scouting board. Silla. I'll put a man in there, just put a body on him every single time and keep fighting for it. I'd like to see Ajay come back in. I think he put a good effort in the last time. He fought the whole way. If I was him, and I see Victor Olorerin just checking now, so maybe he's all right, and that's good to know. As a better defensive play there.
Nottingham Hoods with the extra number. Let's see what they do. We've got Powell still being aggressive, looking to take a shot, and he knocks it down. He stayed confident, and he's managed to make that one.
Good defensive play by Fag Benelli, who just checked into the game, so they seem to have picked it up a bit, but oh dear.
Nice.
It's a great offense there that they run with Coach Banks and Coach Depish. The options off it, if you come out and you play aggressively, Johnson's just too smart. He got that backdoor cut, and Freckleton's going to find him. And another quick shot for another rebound and another push out with Freckleton looking. Let's see what he does here on the break. He's looking down for Hedge. A great pass.
Timeout is needed. I think Victor's going to check in after the timeout, and they definitely need some scoring and a scoring punch, and they need to get some stops on the defensive end. So, I mean, 19 points in the first half of this first quarter. It's not looking good at this point.
It definitely isn't. And as we saw last week, Thames Valley scored 34 in the first quarter. And just for all you young guys out there watching, if you saw the way Freckleton led the pass away from the defense for Hetero, made him have a very simple turn and score. I think, and I always mention this week in, week out, maybe I'm sweating him, but Freckleton always seems to make the right play. And Thames Valley have too many guys who do that. Silla's one of them. Johnson's one of them. Freckleton's one of them. The whole starting five. And we haven't even got to the guys coming off the bench yet. You cannot go up against a team like that and try and do it 1 against 5. Otherwise, this score's going to get a lot worse today. But hopefully, what do you think the coach is saying to them in the timeout over there, Jules?
I mean, right now, they need a bit of structure in what they're doing. I mean, Thames Valley, they're playing with structure, but you can play off that as well. When we opened up the backdoor cut, that was from a play, it was overplayed, countered it, got an easy score. You need to get easy scores. Playing all this one-on-one, settling for jump shots, you're making life too hard for yourselves. If you run offenses, it's designed to give you opportunities to score the ball easy. It's that simple.
Definitely, and everyone gets a touch. It's hard to play this game if you don't feel you're involved. It's hard to put the requisite effort you need on the defensive end. So Olorerin now has checked in. Let's see him get into the flow of things. Hopefully he can bring a scoring punch, add some more to their offensive end, but he's been picked up immediately by Johnson, and Johnson's not going to give him anything easy out here.
So they've gone to a secondary break and came off a double screen to get the ball to Olorerin. He's got the ball up top, swung it out. Wright has the ball up top. Still not much going on at this point. Good strong drive. Okay, but they're playing with a little bit more structure. The secondary fast break got the people where they needed to be, spaced out the court, provided opportunities to score.
Definitely, and the drive, it was a catch and go. It's not this dribble, cross, cross. Everybody there is just waiting. You see the Thames Valley guys in the help side position waiting to attack you. But here it moved. He took a quick move on it, drew the foul, and go to the line. So that's Fagbenle, who I don't think was here the last time either. So as you said, they've got more people in there. Let's see if they can take this first Thames Valley punch and just, you know, try and draw this score back before the first quarter. As Champion comes down, high post set, they're looking into Silla. Watch the double screen coming down for Johnson. High post, looking for a high-low play here. Hehetro swings it over to Freckleton. Great play once again. Look at that.
I mean, it's a broken record. You got to get a body on the guy. I mean, maybe we should get you down there as an assistant coach. What do you think?
Or boxing. Maybe they need to sneak someone else out there just to be boxing out. But at the same time, we keep saying that, but it's also a credit to Thames Valley's offense. They're moving the ball. Everybody's cutting. So there's a lot of help side. So Silla, he's just playing a very smart game, and it's hard to stop the play and get the box out. So, you know, as much as we keep saying to it, credit also to the Thames Valley offense that they move it so well. As Olorarian looked to come down and get something, and yeah, and definitely he looked at, I think he just forced that a little bit, but at the same time, we talk about Thames Valley, they know this play, he came up through their system, so they also know that he's going to come in here, try and do something, and at that time, Champion just stood up, took the charge, which is a bit of a heartbreaker when you're trying to make something happen. Because now you start thinking a little bit more tentatively, but hopefully he just maintains, and I like this. He's picking up full court. I like to pressure up on Thames Valley just a little bit. Freckleton looking for the handoff, coming over the high double screen. Taylor Johnson got too much time.
And I mean, obviously, you know, as a scouting report, there are key guys on this team that you need to stop and be there for, and limit touches as well, and we haven't seen that yet, and they're paying for it with Taylor Johnson on 7 points already in 7 minutes of playing time. He just had 30 last week and a light 30 in 3 quarters.
Easy work for him, and once again they just gave up there. They could have got another fast break because Nottingham once again trying to force the ball inside. And just a quick shout out to Hehetro. I do like it when he's in the mix because he does a lot of the little things that you're not really seeing out here to help this team be a lot more solid. He does the box outs, he's talking, he looked to run on the break, always looking to box out. Look at that hustle play. He must have heard me. He's trying to make me look good out here. The word was I was about to get fired this week, but with that type of commentary, I might be around one more week. But yeah, because so many offensive guys with ability on the Thames Valley team. Sometimes you need guys who come out there, grind out, and do a lot of that dirty work. And I like the addition to him to the starting 5. Very good play. Ajay's going to have to shoot that. And he shot a flow then. A couple shots that they gave up on that early. As we've got a couple new guys checking into the game. IJ's back in, and we got Bew as well. So, you know, we're gonna have to tune into our live chat, but we let them calm down till the second quarter on that because those guys get crazy in that. Josh Smith checking in early. I like another good play. He's been I've been very impressed with him the times he's got in, and it's good to see Coach Banks give him a little bit earlier time in the first quarter just to get his legs going. But he's been very impressive in the minutes he's had in the last 2 games.
Yeah, Coach Banks has quite a young bench for this game. We've got Kai Williams just getting a bit of treatment, so he looks like he's a bit banged up at this point. So he's gone with a young player in Josh Smith, and we're looking forward to see what he can do today.
Another player who's come through the Thames Valley system, so great work there to see him out here playing some great minutes and straight away picking up the tough look on Olorarian, who tried to create something just short. Once again, Hehetro with the rebound, and Freckleton's looking to push it out to Smith. Oh, very smart play. You know, as a young guy, you could come in and try and make the home run play early, but he just took his time, he saw it, wasn't too confident with it, brought it out. Great Smart play there for a point guard.
So one of the best things I love about Thames Valley's offense is nearly every set starts in that 4 high. So you can't really scout them because you don't know what they're going to do out of that 4 high. They call something different. They get in the 4 high, they call something different. So you never know what's going to happen. There's so many options and things that's going to take place. It's really ingenious to run an offense in that system.
Definitely, and it spaces out the court, especially because they're such good shooters. You have to play up on them, and that gives guys like Silla time to operate. It opens up back doors. There's so many threats that they can do with it. Yeah, I like the 1-4 high offense. As another offensive rebound given up, and Freckleton just knocks it down.
And you've got to box out the shooter. There should have been somebody there.
As Ward Hibbert's got it over to Ajay, swinging around, and as you see the difference between the 1-4 offense and just the sort of motion handoff, keeping it on the outside as Johnson looked to create something. Down to Silla. Great cut by Freckleton.
That's great team basketball, just knowing what your teammate's going to do, hitting him on the money, and he's heading to the line for 2. So Freckleton just taking the game as he's come to him. He hasn't forced much, but he's, as you said before, he makes the right play every single time.
Yeah, and once again, Ogonkoya checking in, who I thought had a decent game last game too. Coach Banks using all his players early on, you know, and I want to see this guy come out and get aggressive as well. As we said last time, he came out there on the defensive end. I want him to take a key out of Hetro's book and try and really marshal the back of that zone. 29-7. This is looking like it could be an early ending, but we've seen games like this, and I think Thames Valley, just to keep everyone entertained, let them bring it back a little bit, spread it out.
So I really want to see some fight from Nottingham Hoods. You know, let's get some intensity, let's get some cheering, let's get some, you know, coming from the bench as well, whether it's from the coach, from somebody. Let's get a bit of emotion going. Let's go down swinging. If you're going to go down and lose a game, go down swinging. You know,
that's it. Imagine like Hamburglar was out here. That's the kind of energy I need. That's an old reference for you non-youngsters out there. They stopped doing that. As Freckleton with a steal, looking to push it. Look at that nice Euro. I tell you, I really do like Freckleton's game. It's so controlled, so smooth. Thames Valley are looking to make a statement out here today, Jules.
And I mean, initially before the game started, we was worrying about complacency, having beaten them big before, but it looks like they just played with even more confidence and just taking things in their stride. They haven't necessarily had to work too hard as of yet. You know, things have kind of fell for them. Nottingham obviously making it so hard on the offensive end for themselves in terms of what they're doing. So, you know, hopefully they can make some adjustments and make a game out of this.
But it shows they're so much more engaged defensively. And I think that's always the case. Oh, great block over by Silla as he pushes it down. Now Smith with the ball, looking to create something. Great Euro inside. I thought he could have shot that, but nice pass out to Freck. Oh, good idea, good idea. As they push it down, but see, Nottingham have to get something here. And it's another turnover. I mean, if they can't get it off plays like that, where are the points going to come from? And this starts getting more and more disheartening because Thames Valley are a great front running team. When they get ahead, they've got so many other guys on the bench and they love to see the new players come in, get points. Therefore, the energy is not going to slow down. And this could get ugly.
And I mean, you can look and see where Powell's coming from to come out and play aggressive to try to keep his team in this, because I guess he foreseen what was going to occur in this first quarter. So
definitely. As Johnson knocks down another 3. And Johnson's probably nearly doubled the score of Nottingham. What's he on?
He's got 10 points and Nottingham have 7.
Oh.
I think the referees just wanted to give Nottingham a break on that one. You know, it wasn't going their way at all. 35-7 first quarter. Effectively, they've put this game to bed, I would say.
And what are you going to say now in the huddle over there? I mean, I need to know.
I mean, personally, if I'm the coach, I'm saying we got to win this second quarter. You know, baby steps. We might not win this game, but let's just hang in there for this next quarter. And at least win it. Let's take a little bit off. Let's take 4 or 5 points off this lead. You know, we're not going to get back in the game in one quarter based on the way that we're playing, but baby steps. Let's try and win this next quarter and then take it from there and see.
Definitely. And I mean, the energy levels look quite low on the bench, and I think it's the fact that they seem to make some changes before the game. So I don't know if these were specifically for Thames Valley, and sometimes you can make big changes and they work, sometimes they don't. And it depends how the team comes around that. And at the moment, everybody looked to just be sitting there a little bit like, you know, they're on a Zoom call for school classes where, you know, we need the energy. Something, because, as I said, Thames Valley are going to keep coming. They're already out, ready for the second quarter. New guy in, number 30. No, sorry, not the new guy. What am I talking about? Jay Santos, back. Good to see him out there. And he's just, you know what I mean, filling in another big body. Once again, they're keeping it with Champion, Taylor Johnson, Josh Smith, Ogonkoya, and Dos Santos. And these are guys who are still going to be hungry to play.
And if the game continues like this, Thames Valley are going to start, you know, having a lot of fun with it. And it's going to get a little bit disrespectful, which is something as a player I couldn't handle if I was on the other end of it.
I'm telling you right now. And you saw in the warm-up, they were dunking that ball like it was an all-star slam dunk competition. So you don't want to see any of that. But let's see now, they've got a little younger team out there, less experience. Can Nottingham make a play to just try to get this lead back a little bit? Good hustle on the balls by Ward Hibbert. Swings it over to Ajay, looking to create something. Short, good hustle on the ball by Oliver. Much better by Ogonkoya. I saw him go up there and take it aggressively as Johnson brings it back to Dos Santos, and he may have taken one step too many. But no, I think they called a foul. Great running by the big fella. Oh no, they did call a travel.
No, they got him for a foul. He's heading for the line for 2 shots. Just a couple stats from that first quarter. We have Thames Valley shooting 66% from the three-point line. They've done a tremendous job of shooting the three-point ball from the last few games that we've been watching, compared to Nottingham Hoods, who are shooting 27% from the three-point area. And a lot of those shots have been contested as well, and it's been quite difficult.
And it's starting to get to a point where they can't really find where the points are going to come to from. I mean, Delaney Powell's on 4, we've got Kay Wright on 2, and then, in fact, Benley on 1. And so far, I haven't seen anybody take a shot that really looks like it's going in, which is the more worrying thing. I can understand missing, but when you're just putting up tough shot after tough shot.
And the problem is as well, in terms of matchup, they don't have the size to use to their advantage on the inside. The guards aren't necessarily quick enough to match up with the guards on the outside, so it's looking pretty tough all around.
And a steal there by Smith. The thing is, every time they drive, because they're not moving the ball, Thames Valley are coming and doubling on the top. Big men are coming out to help. There's no way through, and then they're trying to force very difficult passes, which are getting picked off. And I think, as you said, the refs are starting to say, man, I don't want to see no 100-point game going on here. Let's try and keep this close. Now, I'm not saying the refs do that, but, you know, there's some people out there who theorize these types of things. Not me, obviously.
We've got Babalola checking back in for Nottingham Hoods. He could take advantage on, if he has been a bit bigger on the inside. Let's see if they try to look for him on the inside.
As Powell went up to get a shot. Good hustle in there by Olorering to get the rebound, but no good. As Smith looked to create something as he Euros in. Great drop off. Oh, unlucky. Just short by Ogonkoya. As Ajay tried to get something moving down the other side. Good points.
So on that last play, one of the Thames Valley players pulled the net on the shot. So in theory, that should have been goaltended, but the rest let it slide.
Okay. As I like that, Ajay pushing it and getting something easy on the break. As Johnson comes through the middle, hang time.
Tough. Scores through the contact.
I mean, it's just too easy. They're getting easy drive to the basket, and these guys are going to finish because they're outmatched on height. Quick shot once again for Nottingham, and they're back on the defensive end.
And that's demoralizing. When you come down, they take a quick shot, not a great shot as well, and then you have to run back and play defense again. And Taylor Johnson, again, is having his way with this team. He is absolutely killing them.
I think we're going to have to sneak into the locker room and see what was on the board, because if Taylor Johnson's name isn't on there, and Silla, who seemed to be chilling already, he's just been devastating. And I like this. Ajay is starting to put some effort in, and that's one thing we saw from him last week. You're going to get guaranteed effort. The one thing I'd like to see out of him is to shoot that outside shot, just to keep the defense a little bit more honest. But the last two plays, he's taking it hard, he's taking it aggressively. Nottingham needs somebody to step in here and do this. As Johnson subs out, and we've got my guy Mo Aiden checking in, along with Freckleton. As Powell got offensive rebound, swings it to right. They're looking down low. Olarerin pump fakes it. Good pass. And Ajay, again, great play on the baseline. Great pass from Olarerin.
It's great to see the energy in it from the guys, even though, you know, they're down big, but they're still playing with a lot of energy and a lot of heart. So it's great to see, and hopefully they can make a game of it today.
And I know it's Coach Banks. Every time he puts a new player in, that player comes in and guards the best player from Nottingham. That time Mo Aiden came in and he's on Olarerin.
What a great pass on the inside.
Great energy now from Nottingham. And there's a little bit of cheers coming from the bench.
I mean, it is tough to play when you're 30 up in the second, halfway through the second quarter. I mean, mentally, it does take a little bit of the steam off you.
It definitely does, and credit to Ajay. He scored the last 3 points, come out with a lot of energy. They need that now. Everybody has to get on the same tip. Defensively, they seem a little bit better the last 2 times down. As Wright looking to create something, swings it to Ajay. Here he has to look at the basket from outside as he drives in, swings it out to Wright. Short, Olarerin with the follow-up, great play, and Delaney Powell. Okay, so now they're giving a little bit more effort on the offensive glass. That would have been a nice putback had that gone down.
That would have been special.
And to be honest, this 5, I think coach has found a nice 5 here who seem to maybe be able to claw this back a bit. Let's get it back to 22 points and see what happens. That's a bit of a disheartening comment, isn't it? Let's get it back to 22 points and see what happens. Let's go to the live chat. Let's see what's going out there in live chat country. Let's go, Bruce, shoot the 3 ball. That's what I'm trying to tell him. So guys are coming in on the live chat. Good to see you. Make your comments heard. You know, you might get a shout out on the mic for it. Brenda Wright, come on, Hoods. We've got Maria Delgado out there trying to talk to the refs, see if they can get double digits. As Freckleton puts it up, and another rebound to give them another opportunity. Aiden looking for the baseline cut, swings it back to Hehetro. Great team basketball as Aiden stays with the rebound, doesn't manage to save it. Delaney Powell looking to create something on the other end. As he's matched up, Hehetro stopped him, and he's going to take that challenge on. But Powell, great drive baseline, and slowly but surely, they just chip him back here. And who do we see checking in at the desk? Hakeem Silla. Obviously the Hoods may not like to see that, as Aiden looked to swing it back to Champion. High post screen, nice roll there by Hehetro. Dos Santos shooting a long 2, got it. And even there, Dos Santos comes in, he's got outside range as well. You know, you just really can't rest on anyone on this Thames Valley team. As Olarerin looked to open his account, no good, just short.
From the live stream, right, we have Rebound Basketball blog saying the Hoods are not loving it right now.
Ain't no love in the Hood, I'll tell you that right now. And also we see on the Rebound Basketball blog, who's also great job here on UpStreamedia, he said on his Instagram, Seth Hawley went home a few days ago, so he's not in town at the moment, but it doesn't look like Thames Valley have missed the beat. As Coach Banks is going in at the refs a little bit, just saying, listen, you're giving them a few too many easy calls. Wright's looking at him and saying, have you looked at the scoreboard? You guys are up 27.
Nice backdoor, and foul on the jam. Okay, it's a nice play, nice set play. I want to see a bit more of that to get some better opportunities.
Definitely. And I like it though. Nottingham seem to have a much better attitude the past few minutes. They seem to be coming back into this game with aggression. Hopefully Olorarian can knock down a couple here. You know, let's make this a game.
And I would think that this is one of their better fives that they have on the court. Like now, I know you said that earlier. I completely agree in terms of this lineup that they have on the court. So if any lineup could bring this score back and keep it respectable, I would say it would be the one on the floor right now.
Definitely, and it's all coming from effort. I mean, on the offensive board, Powell's been going in for some great rebounds. Babalola, who just there, earned himself another opportunity. You know, so definitely coach has found the unit that maybe can claw this back a little bit. And we've seen scores like this come back in this league. So Thames Valley really need to just stay aware as Ajay drives again, drawing another foul. And Thames Valley are now in the penalty. Let's look at the foul trouble for a second. And it looks like, see, Thames Valley are in a little bit of trouble. They've got Freckleton on 3. No, sorry, I've got that wrong. Actually, only 2, Champion and Hehetro on 2 each, so nothing too much, not too bad. Okay, we're getting a lot of shots at the commentators on the live chat, and I don't really blame them because, one, commentators should be more professional. We're not that professional, so sorry about that, but we're going to try and do our best. As I said, we're just trying to add a little bit of fun and spice to this as Aiden slices to the basket for a beautiful 2. They had professional commentators, but they couldn't get them on a Saturday night, so they got us. But yo, we're going to do what we do. So as Silla pushes it back down, Dos Santos looking for a nice drive, finger roll, gets his own rebound, puts it up, but a traveling called. Timeout, Nottingham.
So it's been a better spell for Nottingham Hoods. You know, they've managed to, you know, put some points on the board at this point. So it is definitely more positive coming from their side. And Thames Valley, there's always that worry that they're going to be complacent and let them get back into this game.
Definitely, and you understand how it happens. When you're up, you start coasting a little bit. And I think Nottingham have just picked up their effort, their energy, and that's what you need. And as I said, it's a long way to drive down here. So if you're going to come and play, as you said, put in the effort, put in the energy, and you can walk off the floor no matter if you win or lose with your head held high. And the last, I would say 4 or 5 minutes, the guys on the floor have been doing that. And they look more engaged, so let's see what they can do before the half to maybe, you know, let's cut into this. It can get back down to a 20-point game. As we take a quick look at the stat line, so Delaney Powell, he's on 8 points. Ajay, 8 minutes, 7 points. Great effort from him. You know, let's see who else is over here. On the Thames Valley side, we're still being led Taylor Johnson, who's got 15. Silla and Freckleton with 8. We got Champion on 5 and Hehetro on 4, and Santos on 4 as well. And Mo Aiden chipping in with that last 2, that beautiful little drive. So, yeah, let's see. But I'm sure Coach Banks, who I know, will not want to take his foot off the pedal. So as we see, I think that's... Let's see who's checking in now. So I think Darnell Gums-Williams is checking in. And a couple changes have been made by Nottingham. I see Ajay's been replaced. And let's see if they can just build on this little bit of momentum that they've got to bring this score back a little bit. The ball swung over. And we can see now Johnson playing denial D on Olorarian, who works to try and get open. Nice drive, swung out. Manpreet with a long 2, no good. As Freckleton looked to push it out to Johnson. Great ball movement. We've seen that too many times. We have seen it too many times, and if you're coming back, you will not come back if you keep letting that happen. But another great board by Silla and put back. No wonder he's averaging like a 70% field goal percentage as Olorarian just goes long again. Johnson looking to get it to Freckleton. Driving to the basket, swings it out to Champion. all the time in the world, and bangs it down.
So these guys are focused. I mean, they are not letting up at all. They're still working really hard. They're switching, they're talking, they're animated on the defensive end. And yeah, they're putting on a professional performance at this point. And
as you see the difference, it seems on the Thames Valley side, even though the people who you want to have the shots, the three-point shots, are having as much time as they want to do it. As a great dump down there by Taylor Johnson, looking for Silla, but there was a foul on the call.
that was smart for the Hoods guy. He did try to front him, and that's what you need to do to try to limit his touches and not make it so easy. So it saved him from getting scored on by fronting him.
Yeah, and I mean, Thames Valley's movement today opened up so many options, and there's always another pass that can create another good shot. It's a very difficult defense to guard against. As Silla looks to try and create something. Nice and patient passes to Freckleton, who's going to take it back out and set something up. High post swing down to Gums Williams. Nice little short jump shot, just short. Olorera need to try and create something here on the break. Swings it round, secondary break through to Babalola. Right, looking for the pick and roll. And
great pass ahead for a lead pass for Taylor Johnson for the two. Fantastic pass and fantastic look. They're forcing the turnovers and capitalizing them on the other end, and it's good to see at this point. We do want to see the Hoods get back into this game and just get that energy up and get that fight going.
And like I said, back to the live chat, we see someone come in, Hoods just need to get a basket. They can't outshoot TVC. And that's been shown. I mean, shooting-wise, I don't think that's the game they're going to get to. They need to get more stuff on the break, but in order to do that, you need to get stops. And that's been seen as very difficult today. Karen Bridges checking in. Have you guys been able to get a brush? Not yet, to be honest. GoFundMe page has been struggling. You know what I mean? But we still pushing for that, so don't you worry. Thanks for the shout out. Mike Iverson, once again a regular on this show. Victor's getting frustrated. Stay true to your strengths. Stop shooting the three ball. And that's very, very insightful. You know, sometimes you're frustrated. You want to get on the board. But this guy's averaging 22 points a game. He knows how to put that ball in the basket. Stick with what you do well, and it will come to you. As Silla, nice little jump shot, 2 points.
And in terms of sticking to your strengths, that's what Silla does. Everything that he's going to get just in and around that paint, and that's why he's shooting at such a high percentage.
Definitely. And there, see, there's a lot more delay. They're looking for a drive, want to dump down low. Manpreet with a put up, but no good. Swings it back out. Strong drive. Okay, the ball's moving a little bit better now. I like that. Great shot there.
And they need a little bit more of that, a little bit of shooting, so hopefully number 11,
Hyundai,
can come in and give them that energy and that boost that they need.
And on that play itself, he was moving the ball very well, quickly. He got the ball moving a lot quicker. I like that addition here, and I don't know why he's just coming into the game now. He's got a chance to earn himself some more minutes out here today with the performance he did in that last few plays. Ball swung round to Patrick. Into Olorering, drive, there you go. And I think that's more his game. And now he gets that, they'll give him a bit of confidence. Let's see what he can build off of that.
100%. He's got to look for those spots, and that was a great drive and great follow through. And even though it was over a couple guys, he still managed to knock it down. So fantastic job.
A comeback and another basket, and you know you have to get stops out there if you're going to make any time to come back. But Hyundai bringing it back down. I like the energy he's bringing, and he moves the ball quickly. I like to see that. Patrick out on a high pick and roll, look to drive, swing it inside, but no good. As it's pushed forward to Silla. Nice, easy basket.
So Silla goes to 16 points and 9 rebounds as this half comes to a close.
6 for 8 from the field, 6 for 8 from 2 points. You know, 75%. A standard day at the office for him. Nice little find inside, but he couldn't get it. And at the end of the half, 61 points to Thames Valley, 24 to Nottingham. You know, it's good to say that they played a lot better in that second quarter, but you know, I don't know what they're going to say at this halftime to try and get back into this game and make it competitive, because this could really go south if Thames Valley seem to get back their groove a little bit in the last minute or so.
So they didn't win that second quarter, but definitely an improvement, and it was a lot closer than the first quarter. So some things that worked well for Nottingham Hoods, they need to continue to do those things as well. Taking care of the ball needs to be one of those things as well going forward.
Definitely, and as I said, we see already it looks like some of the players, I haven't seen Kai Williams get out there now. He may have a little bit of an injury or something he's just holding on to. And once again, I'd like to say to you, who stands out at halftime for Thames Valley? But we could pre-record that, because we know every week it seems to be the same names, the same things happening. We know Silla, he's going to get his 70% from the field. His rebounds, his putback. Taylor Johnson, we know what's he on now? He's on 17 points, shooting 63% from the field. Freckleton done a great job marshalling. Champion's done a great job. We can just record that, Jules, and actually chill at halftime. Yeah, so we're just going to put a little bit of 2-minute video as we go back to the VIP lounge. I think there's some champagne on chill there. We'll be back in 2 minutes, but as it stands, UpStream are just going to do a little bit of their marketing, you know, #1 streaming platform. What can we say? We got a halftime show. Too many big things going on here.
Left on the shot clock. There would be a foul.
Bucknell at the free throw line. Dan said a 76% free throw shooter. If he misses, Georgia Tech has 7 seconds to go down court and get a shot.
Even if he makes, they get 7 seconds.
That's right. And he hits it.
Dean Smith is telling his team to foul.
That's right.
He's telling his team to foul. He doesn't want any three-pointers.
Bucknell, his second is good. That might ice it. Tech will try to get it in the hands of either Brian Oliver or Dennis Scott. They're going to foul Carl Brown instead with 5 seconds to go.
Of course, he's got to make the first one to even set this up.
And he does. Bobby Crimmins has told his team if Carolina gets the rebound to foul them. And Brown hits them both.
And the rebound pass stolen by Scott. He scores! Dennis Scott has scored for Georgia Tech. And there's mayhem at Alexander Memorial Coliseum.
Yeah, it's a special group of guys. I'm sorry Dennis and Brian were working today on TV, but they're trying to make careers in the television business. I'm proud of those guys. But it was a special group of guys. They all came together. We were very talented. We had some great freshmen. This guy came all the way from England. We got him out of the junior college. He turned the LSU game around when he guarded Chris Jackson. And it was just a great, great run. We had an advantage against UNLV, but they played a great second half. But I just can't say enough about these guys. It seems like it was 50 years ago, but it's great to be back.
It was a first-year jacket who set the stage for Hammonds to end his 4-year stay in style. Carl Brown, the junior college transfer, went to the line with Tech down by 3, 5 seconds left. He would hit both free throws, putting Tech down by 1.
Hits them both.
And the rebound pass stolen by Scott. He scores! Dennis Scott has scored for Georgia Tech.
Okay, a little bit of a flashback there with 2 English legends of the game. You know what I mean? It's good to see that, because nowadays I think a lot of the younger players now, they haven't seen old college basketball and know we had players playing at the highest level. Steve Bucknell and Carl Brown in a great game. Georgia Tech versus North Carolina. But we're here at a great matchup, but it's not really turning out as a great game so far, Jules. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, they've been outclassed today, you know. Call it how it is. They've been outclassed today in terms of, you know, maybe it's a long drive, legs aren't ready, they wasn't sharp enough. There's too many turnovers from Nottingham Hoods at this point. To come into this gym and win against Thames Valley Tigers, you've got to be on your best game. And you've got to match Sila and you've got to match Taylor Johnson, as we say. And those 2 guys, you've got to pick them up, you've got to guard them, you've got to limit their touches to have any type of chance. And, you know, you've got to keep Sila off the boards, you've got to put a body on him. So those are the things that hopefully coach is talking to these guys about, to try to make some adjustments and to have a better half, because obviously if this game is out of range, it is about preparing for the next one and at least getting these guys mentally ready, because at this point it could be a devastating loss if you're down this much points so quickly.
Definitely, and I mean, as we said, we saw a few good periods out of Nottingham, but I think they fueled it all with energy, and so far it's been too up and down. I mean, guys who've stood out to me, obviously Bruce Ajay, I thought came in, did a great job. I thought Hyundai, I think number 11 came in, I thought he did a really decent job. You know, I thought he came out there, he picked up the tempo a bit, and as you said, you have to throw the dice now. There's no, you can't save and hope you come back by play here. Pick the defense up, pick them up the court, start jumping some of the lanes, do something. At least you know you've been there, even if you lose by 50, because you're nearly down 40 at the moment, so you really have nothing to lose.
100%, and it's about finding those guys that are going to work the hardest for you and try to bring this game back for you. So even if you're searching down the bench, trying somebody that hasn't got that much minutes previously, now's a chance to give them an opportunity and see what they can do, and hopefully they will make the most of the opportunity given to them.
Definitely, and as I said, we saw some decent play in there. Maybe not so much on the stat sheet, you'll see it, but I thought Patrick came in, did a great job. I think Olorerin's starting to get going a little bit. As I said, Hyundai, who I haven't seen yet, has come off the bench and really put in a lot of effort at the end. I like what he does. Ajay, obviously, and the big fella inside, Babalola and Fagbenle, you know, come out here and let's make them know they've been in the game. Because I think the problem is sometimes in this league, there are teams you can go to and just beat them by sheer talent. But if you don't, you know, train your team for the big games, you know, you go out there and these things get shut down very easily. You know, there's no way that this Nottingham team with the talent they got are, whatever it may be, 37 points worse than Thames Valley. But because they've got nothing that they can figure out how to break the Thames Valley defense, because on defense themselves, they're very loose, this game could go to 60. And I think it would be unfair on Nottingham because they've got more talent than that.
Definitely, I agreed. And you know, it starts in terms of the preparation. And so right now, you know, if I was a Nottingham Hoods, I'll be in this line working on getting my shot right, getting my rhythm correct. They haven't shot too well today from the three-point line. So it is about, you know, just getting their rhythm right. They've shot 9, it's down to 9% for this half. So it is time to, you know, get that rhythm going and have a better second quarter, but we'll see.
That's it, we're going back to the live chat, and guys are going in on us today, Jules. I have to be honest with you, but you know, you got to love that. 130, 1,300 productions saying nothing about the long drive. You know what I mean? So you can't blame it on the game being away. All right, church to that, I can live with that too. You know what I'm saying? Hakeem Silla is pronounced Silla. I thought that's what we said, Silla. I know we've been saying it wrong for about the last month, but we back on track with that one, so you know what I mean, but good for the shout out. And as I said, we're just going to try and keep this one moving. But once again, I think when you come in here, I thought in the warm-up, Nottingham looked more engaged than they did the last time. But once again, Thames Valley did come out ready. They did come out punching hard. And let's see if Nottingham can, as you say, come out in the second half and say, listen, we're on the floor, we're going to give the best effort we can and start bringing this back and bringing some respectability and building towards the next game as well. I mean, Nottingham have lost 5 on the jump, and therefore, obviously, confidence must be down. But still, you know, you need to just, a good performance can turn it around for you. And shout out to the Dame, talking about great stream from UpStreamedia. You know what I mean? When you got a name like the Dame, you know what you're chatting about. Great shout out.
We appreciate you, Dame.
All right, so we're moving to the second half. Now, we're going to work on a few things here, Jules. One, I'm going to give you a few scenarios. One, what's the possibility of Nottingham coming back? Give me a 1 to 10.
I mean, from what we've seen from this first half, it is very remote.
Okay.
Just in terms of talent, in terms of size, it's been a mismatch today across the board.
Okay, the next question. What is the possibility if this game goes to 40 points that me and you are going to be professional commentators and not start talking some off the wall type stuff.
Again, that's very remote. If it gets to about a 40-point game, I'm sorry, guys, you know, you can turn the volume down on us or however it may be.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, there are a lot of streams around the world. If you want to tune in for some of how we chop it up, here's the place to go. You can tune into some of these other ones, but you know what I mean? We're trying to keep it real on the mic. But love out, and let's see. All right, now, they've come out here. Let's see the matchup. They are coming out with Babalola, Bew. No, they said Hyundai, but he's not out there. Olorerin's out there. Delaney Powell is out there. And Wright is out there. So they've come back. They've got scoring punch on this team. I see Olorerin's already picking up champion and putting, I think the defense is going to press up a little bit. So let's see how they start off. And it's very important to get a stop on this first play to keep that energy going. Otherwise, it can go very dull very quickly. Johnson down to Silla. Oh, that's a tough.
Very good set play. Nice pass from Silla.
And that's the thing. Thames Valley have the patience to run the sets, and they're getting layup after layup. Nice dump down by Powell, but missed shot, and they need that. As Powell picking up the defense too. But Thames Valley have the patience to just take their time and look for a high-low cut. Oh, push off by Hehetro. And I think that was a little bit of a soft call, to be fair. You know, because he was being fronted, but right now Nottingham will take what they can. It's important they get something on this play.
Definitely, the coach has called a play, so we're looking for a bit of structure. We'll see what they get out of it.
And they swing it round, and even though they're running a play, no one's been moved because it's not quite sharp enough yet to really open something up, and they end up taking a long jumper by Wright, which should have gone in, got robbed. Great hustle by Olorerin, but he just comes up short too. But I like the energy that he put onto that. And Wright was really unlucky on that shot, rolled in and out, where Johnson, on the other hand, he's not trying to hit any part of that rim. I can already feel my commentary descending, Jules, I'll be honest with you. They're going to need to do something very quickly. Babalola down low. Olorerin shoots a long three. Rims out. No good.
Well, it's good to see him being aggressive. You know, he's crashing the boards. He's trying to get some points on the board. It has to change from the defensive end for Nottingham Hoods, though, to have any chance of, you know, competing with this team.
And nice shout out here on the live chat. Tiffany Jackson Bayou giving us some correction on the how to say the name of number 17 Bayou. You know, we want to know this stuff because we could go 2-3 months saying the wrong name, and we don't want to do that. Great shot there by Wright. Finally made a three and needed. Okay, the live chat getting live, and I like to see that. We need to have engagement. Keep saying what you're saying. As Johnson looking to. He's been picked up by Delaney Powell since he got back. Champion wide open shot by Johnson.
It's great to see him playing with that much hunger at this time. It's a 43-point game, and he went up there and snatched that offensive rebound. He just wanted it a little bit more on that play.
That's a play you just can't give up. You just can't give up, you know. The player who's been the best player from Thames Valley is outworking you as well. That's not very good. That's going to be a tough game. As Powell looking to create something by Johnson, and that tipped off Powell, and that was a great call by the ref. I actually got the right angle on that, and I don't normally commend refs, but excellent call there by the ref. I noticed you didn't chip in there, Jules. What? You can't give him any credit?
Yeah, that was a good one. I left that one to you. You know, you do the positive stuff, and I'll go in on them. You know, I thought that's how we worked.
Oh yeah, my bad. I forgot. That's too much time. Oh, Johnson once again, who had too much time. I thought he was going to pull that the first time, but he drew a foul. And something tells me he's going to get 2 from the line here. So he actually made it more productive than it would have been. 70 points to 27. The Hoods don't look like they're going to be stopping their 5-game skid tonight.
Yeah, it looks like a complete rout today in today's game. Now it's just time to take away whatever you can from it going into the next one.
Definitely. Let's go back to the live chat. Okay, so let's see. Coach Castillo, commentary team. Do you think the Hood should go to a zone or change to a defensive look or keep man for development? I think they need to invent a new defense that has 9 men on the floor, because as it stands, it's difficult. I don't think you can really go against a zone against Thames Valley, because they can match up against any defense you put against them. I think they need to keep in a man. I think they need to pull it up the floor a little bit more. They need to overplay the wings, but they have to keep an eye on Johnson. They have to keep an eye on Champion for the backdoor cuts. And they need to fight more in the low post. It's one thing fronting a guy. You've got a battle on your hands. You're being outmatched. You have to put more energy in. Foul out if you want to, but fight them a bit harder in the low post.
So, I mean, you know, basketball's about tempo. It's about structure. I would like to see them put in like a 3/4 court press or half court press just to change things up. Everything's so comfortable for Thames Valley at this point. They're getting the ball and they're picking the passes and they're getting the ball exactly where they need to, creating high percentage opportunities for them. So, you know, it needs to change up. Even if you throw a zone at them, maybe a 3-2, because they've got so many shooters, it is time to change and just try something different. You never know.
And to be honest, I think you need to come into these games trying something different. You're on the road. No one really expects Nottingham to come here and get a victory. So let's come out with some of these plays. Let's put a press on early on. We saw Barking Abbey do this a few weeks ago, and early on they caused Thames Valley some problems. And obviously it'll give Nottingham a bit of confidence, but I think they came out early just trying to trade it like, you know, 2 old heavyweights just slugging. You need to come out and do something out of the ordinary, because you're probably outmatched man for man against Thames Valley. Therefore, why not take that risk? And I think sometimes coaches, they come down and they play it a bit too safe. You know, we'll just trade it and see what happens. By that time, you're down by 20. Too late. Game's done. Swung back to Powell for a 3. Needs it. Great bucket.
So we've got Mike Iverson. He said he thinks that all of Thames Valley starters are trying to get him the team of the week.
Now, we might need to get this Mike Iverson guy on the mic. You know what I mean? I like the cut of his jib.
Definitely.
Do we have a call-in show here or no? Just a bad podcast. And Way Pablo is going in and said, is the score correct? I tell you, this live chat ain't no easy place to live, yo. You better have a thick skin going into the live chat. And Johnson diving for a loose ball. That just shows the kind of effort they got. Thrown up, but tipped out by Hehetro. With Silla coming down the other range. Let's see what he gets.
We got an intentional foul. He tried just to stop the play. He knew that they had the advantage on the break. When he's grabbed him and the referee's called an intentional. Tough call.
And I see over there on the bench, Kai Williams, he's got his tracksuit on. He's like, all right, I've shut it down for today. You know what I mean? And I don't blame him. And I see a couple other another young guy at the end of the bench. Hopefully he gets a few minutes today. It'd be good to see. I don't think there's a way back now. Now, I'm a positive person, but as it stands, I cannot really see what the way back right now would be. So maybe it is time to start building for the next game. Trying out some new guys, trying out some new sets, trying to run those offensive sets and just see where they go to, you know, because he knocked those down. We've got a 46-point game. And Johnson doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon as he rises up for 2. As I said, I think Thames Valley, I think Iverson was right. They're trying to do a clean sweep for the team of the week. I don't know if you get something for that team of the week, but if you do, someone on this team's going to be on it. As Powell looked to get something down the middle. Rims out, Hehetro with a rebound, who I think Hehetro's been brilliant today. As he runs the middle of the lane, maybe reward the big fella. Oh, great pass.
Good look on the inside. Good chemistry between those two. And we've got a 50-point game. 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
And I think the thing is this, you know, a lot of guys could look at this score and say, man, 50 points. Coach Banks, it's time to just sit your guys down. But one thing I know about Coach Banks, he likes to see good basketball. And when he sees the game being played the right way, he loves it and he wants to keep it going. And so far, these guys have been doing that job. So, you know, and also I think he wants to put statements out to the league, as always. Because I've seen that, I mean, the past few games for Nottingham, they went to Loughborough and they lost by 33. Last week against Essex, it was only a 13-point loss. Leicester, they lost by 3. Reading, you know, it was like a 19-point loss. And funnily enough, they went to Newcastle, who've been a team that beaten Thames Valley and only lost by 1. So it's interesting to see what's actually happened since then, because they don't look like a team right now that could beat a team that's beaten Thames Valley. As Bayou got the ball with the pass, see, I got the name right. Thanks for the shout out. And that's the thing, Jules, as you said earlier today, it's about preparation. So you cannot just get into a game and suddenly say, let's run a set. If all your practices you haven't been running them, you know, because players need to know what to do. And you can see with Thames Valley that even if the play breaks down, they can see options off it, you know, just due to the fact that they're so well drilled on it. As Freckleton looks down for an easy pass to Hetro.
So that was a nice hit by Parker on the baseline for Nottingham.
But once again, right there, Freckleton with a great lead pass to Hetro. Missed the layup, and Champion came up with the rebound. And that's the thing, when you're leading like this in the floor, you never get tired in your legs. You can keep running, you can keep going the thing. Whereas from the Nottingham side, it's just like sometimes you feel like you're treading in quicksand.
Definitely. And if you look at the scores, we've got Silla with 23 points to go with 11 rebounds. We have Taylor Johnson with 26 points on 10 for 15 shooting with 6 rebounds to go ahead with that. So I would expect those two to be pushing towards that team of the week at least. And Freckleton's got a quiet 12 because he's just been quietly just getting on with what he's been doing and making the right plays, and he's got 12 points.
That's it. Back to the live chat. So David O'Hara checking in. No inappropriate comments this week about the floor cleaner. Shame on you for last week's comments. We haven't seen him. We would if we could see the guy. And the GoFundMe page is still in operation, by the way. So, you know what I mean? Let's keep up on that.
Wow, we're real sensitive in the live chat today. What's going on?
Man, this makes it more interesting. It's true. No, I don't think anyone dived on the floor today, so we haven't seen the opportunities, but don't worry, we'll still be firing at it if we see it. And by the way, we're still raising for that brush, so all donations very welcome.
Great drive. It's going to head to the line for 2.
Okay, so as usual, as we do every week, we want shout outs in the live chat. What do you think the final score is going to be? Okay. No one be funny and put 4 digits. Who's new guy in? Taking a quick free throw. I think that's Fagbenle, who I've liked today, to be honest. I like what he's brought to the game today, but I don't know if he's had enough opportunity. But for me, he's the best matchup against Silla, but...
Yeah, agreed. He's got good size on him. Can defend the rim as well.
Okay, Jules, just a quick one. So now, you're down 50. You haven't been in the game and you get checked in. As a young player, or what do you think you should be doing out here? How would you go about doing things?
I'm going to make the most of the opportunity that I'm given to play against, you know, big grown men, possibly get some real minutes as well. I'm going to play as hard as I can, even no matter how much you're down, especially if I haven't been playing much as well.
Definitely. And Parker with another long shot. So he's come out and done his thing out here the last 2 times down.
I'd like to see a DJ back in. I know, gave some good minutes in the first half.
Definitely. He seemed like he just settled down. He seemed like he'd done for the day, and he definitely brought a lot of energy in that first run they had in the second quarter. But maybe he's, you know, I think he started the last game, or at least he was the first guy off the bench. So maybe, as I say, coach is just trying some of the younger players.
Yeah, he's used 11 players now, so he's gone pretty deep into that bench.
And I guess you have to. And they're still playing to their credit. Great switch off that high post pick, and I think they should have been switching a lot earlier, to be honest, as Freckleton drive for an easy basket. Hyundai coming down, looking for an opportunity. Over to Parker. Down Ward Hibbert in the low post. Swings it over, shoot it again. One shot drive, nice dump down to Bayou. Gets the rebound, and better ball movement.
Definitely, he just hasn't been falling for Nottingham at all today. It's been a very long day in terms of shooting the ball from the outside.
Definitely, and on the last defensive play, they were switching a lot more. And Nottingham, on average, are very similar sized. I think they should have been doing more of that early on. I think they should be helping a lot more. And I think you were heard. Ajay has just checked back in the game. I thought he was done.
Nice.
But he's back.
Mo checking in for Thames Valley, the one we like to see.
Yeah, man, I love to see Moe. I like to see this backcourt. I like to see a lot of, even the whole fourth quarter, I'd like to see Mo Aiden and Josh Smith run the backcourt. Maybe give a little break to, I mean, Taylor Johnson's going for numbers, so you can't be mad at him. When you deliver like that, you know, why come out the game? He's on 28 points, shooting 68% from the field. I mean, I can't blame you. And he's been playing hard defense all the time. That's something I don't think he gets noticed for that much. But he plays on both ends of the floor. He rebounds. He does a bit of everything out there. Great trap there by Smith.
So they got that no middle philosophy. So force them, split the half and force him baseline, to the sideline, and mishandled it. Turnover.
And I love to see the bench getting excited when these guys do it. That's really part of it. And it's great to see. As Dos Santos, who's got a sweet stroke out there. You can't back off him. Hyundai, good push out. Ajay, looking to create something and get up in the air. Great pass. Oh!
That's a tough call. I thought he made the right play. Real tough for Nottingham on that one. You know, they had the 3-on-1 fast break. He gave the ball up, but then ran into his man, and the referee called an offensive foul. Tough one.
I would have said he could have let that go, but, you know, right call. Smith pushing it down now, looking to create something. And Thames Valley have not. They've stuck with what they're doing. Still taking their patience to get a good shot at Taylor Johnson. And I wouldn't be surprised Coach Banks told him, listen, when you miss, I'm taking you out. He may not come out for the rest of the game.
So that's 5 for 7 from the three-point line. He's going to 28 points for the day. So it looks like another 30-point outing for him. Very impressive.
Okay, we got a few guesses coming in there on the live chat. Maria Delgado, TVC gets 100, Hoods a generous 50-ish. This is still the third quarter, isn't it? And 100, that's being conservative, Maria. I'm going to tell you that right now. Rebound Basketball blog, 108.45. I think that's being a bit conservative too. I'm going 126.52. And Rebound Basketball asking, is there a prize? Of course, there's always a prize. We don't know what it is, but there's one. As Hyundai picking up with the offensive, with the defensive pressure, I like to see that. Johnson coming round.
Nice drop-off pass to Dos Santos for the finish with the two. Great play by Taylor Johnson on that.
And here, Johnson, I hear him talking on the weak side. You know, you just love to see that in a player who is a star in this league, but he plays 48 minutes or 40 minutes, whatever you have in this. Dos Santos, nice patience, looking to set the screen again. The switch is coming, Johnson drives, draws the foul. And he's going to be going to the line.
So sorry, he had 31 points on that last three-point make, so this could put him up to 33 if he knocks both of these down.
Jules, we have got a whole other quarter to go. And the vote from the live chat is that you need to be more professional.
So professional in terms of calling stats, like Taylor Johnson is now on 33 points, and Nottingham Hoods are on 36.
Now you've gone Hollywood on this team. You know what I mean? When you start knowing the stats and stuff like that. No, that's not what we do here. Ajay looking for a nice drive. Great defense by Smith. Smith's done a great job defensively, especially helping on the second pass on a drive. That's about the third steal he's got tonight. As Johnson come back down the middle.
He's working hard on that offensive end. He really is.
Fagbenle once again came over with the challenge, and I think Fagbenle should have been out there longer. I think as the size, he's got the speed. Yeah, maybe he could be a little bit inexperienced, but he should have left him out there, especially going against Silla and Hetro, because he's out there and he's battling. I like what I see. And as Patrick checks in, another guy who I thought showed a bit of something in that second quarter.
I want to see Nottingham Hoods try to win this last quarter now. I think that's, you know, an appropriate goal to finish off this game and finish strong, and keep playing to the best of their ability. There shouldn't be no quitting their game. Keep your head up and keep fighting. Deji with a nice drive, overcooked the reverse layup, rebound by Dos Santos.
Will they get over 100 in the third, in 3 quarters, as Johnson looking for a double pump, and once again challenged by Fagbenle. He weren't going to let them get 100 points in 3 quarters.
And that's what they've needed, somebody inside, you know, protecting the rim a little bit, trying to get some block shots, and also change some shots on the inside, and that's what he's did, and it's stopped them from scoring that last play.
Definitely. And I mean, as I said, a lot of guys in the live chat thought it was the 4th, and that's why the scoring predictions went so AY, and it's a shame because there's a big prize today, but we've shut down the line, so anyone gets it correct now, you won't be winning the Tesla that we've got parked outside. We'll save that for next week. Karma Banda, how does one stop Johnson? Asking for a friend. Well, when you ask that friend, ask him for me, because I don't know, being honest.
So personally, the first thing you need to do is limit his touches. Deny him from catching the ball. You know, that's got to be a start. You know, right now, Thames Valley are catching the ball every single place that they want to in order to run every single offense as comfortably as they need to create those scoring opportunities. If you limit their touches or make them catch the ball 2 or 3 feet away from the 3-point line, it changes it. If you're fronting the 3-point line, the low post, it's going to change that as well. But everything's been too easy for Thames Valley so far today.
Definitely, I think you made the right point there, because most of the offenses start with the ball in Johnson's hands, and once he's got it and penetrates, now the defense breaks down a little bit, and once it's moved and he gets it back, he's harder to deny. So stop him getting the ball early on. And as we've seen, when you do it and you're too aggressive, he goes back door, because he's a very smart player. That's why you have to understand these things, and help side have to be there ready as well, because I would just keep the ball out of his hands to begin the play with, and hopefully see him not come up with it, but somehow he finds a way to come up with it anyway.
And again, you know, like you said, help side needs to be there. Help side, play help side defense, commit, double team, and then rotate out of it, and then live with whatever happens there. But you've got to at least try something, because right now he's catching it, getting to the basket, scoring, and shooting the 3-point line at will. And he's just been tremendous today.
Definitely. And as I said, now we've got in the 4th quarter a full starting 5, all guys who weren't starters. So this is going to be interesting to see, and I'd like to see how this team play against Nottingham. And what do you think Coach Banks and Depish have told these guys? Do you think they've told them to go through the sets that we run, to play it like you would if you're in a game, or to try and run the score up?
I would say, you know, let's get these guys better. You know, they don't get many minutes, some of these guys, so it's a great opportunity for them. So, you know, stay professional out there, work hard, run your sets, and play as hard as you can.
And for Nottingham, it's difficult, because all this time they're coming. Now they're going to play against a team that's hungry, that's coming out like all of these guys want to prove something. So there's no break now. There's no time off. You're going to have to keep playing this game as Smith gets doubled up, but still manages to get it back over to Aiden, who may need to put it up quickly. Smith needs to put that up. Long shot. Rims out, but Gums Williams, great rebound. Ooh, good follow by Ogonkoi, but it don't count.
So again, boxing out has been one of those issues as well in terms of for Nottingham Hoods. They need to keep a body on those guys on the inside to stop those offensive rebounds and those easy points.
Yeah, and I mean, you see now, the guys who put their job in, all the starters who had great games today, they're still enthused. And these are some of the best games when everyone can play, everyone comes out feeling good. As once again, Smith, he always gets the ball. He's always looking for the steal off the ball. Great play over to Dos Santos, long shot, but Williams down there again, hustling for another rebound, look to put it up. I think he called that a bit early. It was a travel, but I think he whistled before he touched the floor. But anyway.
So Dos Santos finding his feet. He's been absent for a little while, so he hasn't played in a little while. So air ball to start off.
As the Hoods are looking to just force it up now. Let me see Aiden get on the floor with a nice shot. Oh, ref. Oh, good follow. Ogonkwe, and Mo Aiden's looking like, hold on a sec, the guy threw me through the wall and I didn't get the call. But he's still hustling back, trying to get the rebound. Great follow by Ogonkwe. As Ajay, and now they're letting them play.
There was contact on that one for sure. Strong take and good follow through. And you know, he takes it in his stride. He isn't even complaining on that one, and he hasn't said nothing to the referees. So fair play to that man over there.
Yeah, I do like Ajay. I really like. That's the kind of player every team needs one on. But the last two times, two guys have been knocked damn near into the wall. So this is the time where maybe they just need to, you know, get every guy, calm it down a little bit. We don't want to see anyone get hurt out here. But they kept playing, two great baskets. Back to the live chat, and once again, the topic on discussion right now is how do you stop Taylor Johnson? No one's got an answer that's made me happy. Coach Castillo checking in, give Johnson different looks, but he even put in brackets, it's easier said than done, unfortunately. You know, I agree with you, Coach. Right now, as I said, he's getting everything he wants. You know, Johnson is a really good player, and I just love the patience and the balance that he has out there on the floor, and he's always thinking. And I tell a lot of young players out there, the mind is the most important part of your body when you're playing this game. You know, he isn't the fastest, he's not the highest jumper, he may be the best shooter, but he combines them all together to be the most effective player on the floor today.
100%. And as you know, we say each week, he's in the right place, making the right play, and he's got a high IQ in terms of being a player on this court and playing at this level.
Definitely. He's never rushed. He waits for the shots that he can get and take, and that shows in his percentage. Tonight shooting 63%, and for a guard to shoot 63%, you have to be doing something right. Okay, so Thames Valley coming back down, 101-38. Aiden looking for the drive, swings it out to Smith, corner shot. No good, but Dos Santos with a pump. Gets his rebound. And Fagben, man, let me get the name right. Fagbenley has been doing a very good job on defense, stopping shots, getting a couple blocks. As Ajay looking to drive it baseline, swings it over. Patrick in the corner, out of bounds.
Was unlucky. It was a pretty good set. There was a lot of penetration and kicking, trying to find the open man. Once they did find him, unfortunately, he stepped out of bounds. Ball goes back to TVC.
But all due respect to the Hoods who are out there now. As we mentioned, Hyundai, Parker, Ajay, Fagbenley, they've been playing hard. You know, they've been trying, they've been out here giving the effort, and that's all you can really ask for. So credit to them that they haven't just tucked it in. As Smith looking to create something, puts it out to Ogonkwe. Williams has been doing a great job on the boards. He shouldn't have really brought that down. He's one of the big fellas up there. Keep the ball high, but he's been doing a great job on the offensive boards. As Hyundai looking to create something off the dribble. Swings out to Patrick, corner three, no good. Thames Valley looking to create something on the break with Smith.
Hyundai has given a lot of good energy, I'd say, in terms of, you know, creating for his teammates and just making the right play.
Aiden looking for the long shot. As Ajay on the block out, as Williams went over his back. This is what we were mentioning earlier. Ajay is maybe, I'm going to say he's 6'2", if lucky. But if you're in a 50-50 with him, no matter your size, he's going to give you as good as you get. So, and that's what you have to do, because you're outsized, you're outnumbered. As Coach made a couple changes, bringing in Olorere in.
And that was a great box out. There was a great box out. Huge guy on his back, and he wasn't having it. Didn't give up on the play. I thought they would have got the ball back for the guy jumping over his back.
I thought so.
We'll keep it moving.
I think the refs have to start trying to get a handle on this, because it's getting a little bit like an Aussie rules football game out there at the moment.
Definitely, the flow's gone, the rhythm's gone to the game. There's not much up and down going on. A lot of calls been made in a short space of time.
Oh, to the Santos just short. Olarerin looking to come down, swings it over Hyundai. Oh, they caught. To be honest, I think Hyundai should be getting more minutes. He's shown me out here that he's a solid player. And the moves he's made, everything he's done has been the right play. They could have used that, I think, earlier on. And he may be earning himself some valuable minutes going down the stretch, just in his performance here.
Definitely. Very aggressive, smart plays. He's been one of the standouts for the team today, if not on the score sheet, but just from us watching him play in terms of what he's done. The statistics might not necessarily show us, but he has been a great player today.
And if you notice, when the times you get the chance to, the ball doesn't stay in his hands. If he's making a move, he makes it. Otherwise, he moves it on. Too many guys massage the ball too much. You know, dribble, hold it. That extra second, let it move. Then when you get it, you make your play and be direct with it. Great play by Hyundai. I like him. Probably saying his name wrong, but if anyone wants to correct us in the live chat, feel free. As he knocks down another one. And he's picking up the defensive edge, and he's actually put a bit of pressure on Smith as well, caused a couple bobbles of the ball. So definitely I like what we see out of this guy. Once again, he gets another one. He's being tenacious out here.
Smith hasn't been comfortable so far today on the floor, not his usual self. Santos knocks down the free.
Good hustle by Smith. But that last play sums everything up. You have a player outside pressuring, putting pressure on, getting a little tip. Drive through, swing the ball out, three-pointer. That's so disheartening with the energy you put in, but you still can't get a stop. As Olarerin looking to create something coming down the middle. And anytime he dribbles it, the zone or the inside just collapses on him. Long three, no good. Number 10, who is Davey, who we saw last game coming in. Matched up on Darnell Williams. I think coach may be worth calling a play to get him in the low post, and I think they're looking to do it. Let's see if he swings down low. No, they're looking for Ogonkwo low down, as they're running a sort of a triangle. As he looks for the turnaround, no good. Hyundai pushing it back down, getting it back. Oh, beautiful play.
Nice fade.
Just short. I think he was shocked about how wide open he was.
Definitely amazing play. Got the guy up in the air. He's wide open.
Okay, so 106 to 41. As the Hoods keeping it going, and I said they're still keeping the energy, and I think coach has kept the right guys out there who are going to keep playing hard no matter what. As Davey had another chance at the shot, drive middle, kind of lost. Ajay looking to get the rebound. Long shot there by Olarerin, rims out. This rim has not been kind to Nottingham this second half, as it was to Thames Valley the first half. Couple in and outs.
100% agreed. And Thames Valley, they've played good team defense. If one man gets beaten, there's another guy there to beat as well. And that's just how they've played. Great backdoor cut for Mo Aiden on the two. Great pass by Williams.
I'm going to be tuning into the UpStreamedia YouTube stream of this game afterwards, just to see how that play runs, because they seem to get open layups on every game. Great push out by Smith. Aiden with another two, and I like to see, let's see Mo Aiden get going now, and Smith get going and get up on that score sheet. It's what we want to see. Okay, and as I said, there's still a lot of whooping and hollering going over there on the TVC bench, and you know, they deserve it. I mean, they've come out today and really put the hammer down.
Yeah, it has been a very one-sided affair today, I would say. They've led from the outset and led early, and from the first quarter, first 5 minutes, it was already very one-sided. So Nottingham Hoods a little bit demoralised from the performance today. But it's the season's not over. Next week they got another game. They just got to bounce back and get it together.
Exactly. I mean, it's tough to come down and make these kind of games, but these are ones you just have to forget. But they definitely, it's highlighted some of the things that they're lacking. And I think they need to get a bit more idea of what type of a team they are, because as it stands, I couldn't tell you what type of a team are the Nottingham Hoods. Are they a fast break team? Are they a, I don't know what you would say their go-to offense or defense is. They're just sort of a little bit all over the place. Maybe they can define that a bit clearer.
Definitely, I agreed. And one issue for sure is 110 points with 4 minutes, 46 seconds left in the game. So that's defense, 100%. If your team's looking at, 120, 125 points scored on you, that is defense, and that has to be addressed going forward.
Yeah, and I mean, you've got players out here like Olarerin, for example. He's averaging nearly 23 points a game. Delaney Powell is on, 15 and a half. So that on its own is nearly 40 points. And that's all they've got today. So definitely these players who, from what I've seen, are isolation players who can break down their man and create their own shot. That works against some teams, but Thames Valley, as you said, everyone in the help side position has collapsed down. They're helping on every drive. They're not giving up anything inside. So if you can't knock down the long shot, it's going to be a long night, and tonight was a very long night.
So Victor has had his struggles today, considering the type of player he is and what his averages are. Just shooting 1 for 10 today, so it's been quite a tough day for him. But we know that the type of player he is, the next game he's going to come back and get right back on track.
Oh, and big shout out M. Sokoli, youngster in the game, number 24. All right, the last 4 minutes we're going to pop his collar as Mo Aiden, whose collar we always pop, gets another great drive. So yeah, Coach Banks using the new young fella in the middle, number 24 Sokoli, the future. Let's see what he does out here.
And they've gone to a 2-3 zone.
Smith tried to kill that shot, but he didn't get it in time, and Davey gets 2. 112 to 44. I don't think anyone made that guess in the live chat, so once again, we'll keep the prize for this week as Smith drives through the middle. Great basket.
Nice strong drive. He cuffed the ball to protect it so it couldn't get stolen, and a nice little kind of floater off the backboard for 2.
Good to see in the live chat that people are still showing love to the Hoods. Brenda Wright with Guan Hoods. Nottingham Hoods are a determined team, so they still got their heads up. They got support out there, still showing love. Oliver Betts, it would be nice to see Johnson play in the BBL. That's a good point. And I mean, I definitely think he could do well in the BBL. I think sometimes he's the kind of player the BBL overlooks. Maybe they look at his height. Okay, what are you, you're 6'3"? They don't want to pick that kind of player, but I think he's the kind of player who could really do some danger in the BBL.
100%, and he's proved that he is capable on that level. When they played Scorchers the other day, he had about 25 points. So he can score at this level, and he can score at that level too.
Definitely, and so he's definitely a player who could do that. Coach Banks probably saying, man, could you just stay with us for now, please? They've already lost Martel McLemore up that way, and I mean, I would like to see competition where some of these D1 teams, especially the top ones, get to play more BBL team, because as we've seen over the last couple of years with Solon and also Thames Valley going up to Scorchers, they can match them, and a lot of times they can even beat some of the BBL teams. So it's great to see that in D1 that they can have programs with such levels of talent.
So we're looking at a 70-point game, 3 minutes, 20 seconds left.
That's it. Now let's see. Now I've got my eye on the new guys in. Are they trying to swing over to Hyundai? Yeah, put it up. I like that. Rebound over. Davey swing back down to him. And he's very determined and confident with his move. That I like as well. There's no second guessing with him, but just came up short there as Smith looked to try and create something. Sokoli, first pass down to Aiden. who seemed to have got his groove now, looking to come off the pick and create something. Offensive foul by the youngster. I think he may have got duped into that by the veteran Olarerin. He pulled one of your numbers there, Jules.
I think so. The referee fell for that one. A little bit of acting. He got it though. He got the call.
Okay, are Thames Valley going to get over 120? I swear I did say 120 to 48. I could still be in it with a chance.
You could. I don't think I gave my prediction in.
As swings it low. Nice drive, just short. And then, to be fair, Nottingham have got a few shots which could have gone that they just haven't been getting the rolls on. So, but that sort of happens. That's Mo Aiden. There we go. That's the Mo Aiden I know.
Watch out.
Showtime. Oh, not quite. Swings it over, Smith looking for it. I want to see Sokoli get a look as he's going to dump it down. I could have dumped that down to Ogonkwo.
Definitely.
It was going to be a dunk right there.
Yeah, yep, definitely. He was wide open for that. He could have thrown that down. 2-minute warning.
But I think also on the Thames Valley side, as you have on teams, there's an underlying pressure. Mo Aiden's come out here, got a quick 8 points. And I think as another guard, you look at those stats and think, man, I need to get me a little something. And that's just natural. I mean, all of these guys, it's good to have competitiveness within the team as well. You know, and I think there, Josh Smith, who I think's had a very decent game, especially defensively, maybe not so much offensively yet, he hasn't had as many opportunities, but he's just like, let me get my little shine out here as well. As here, Smith comes down, 116 to 45. Hands off to Aiden, and they're still keeping with their sets. The double screen looks like it's going to come down for Smith as he looks to drive, and oh, I hate.
That's the call you hate as a player. You know, putting the ball down on the floor before you get going, and it's happened to the best of us on that one.
Man, always. Especially at the end, you're just trying to get your groove going. As they stay in that 2-3 zone, rims out. Aiden looking for a tough pass. And he threaded it, but Smith was just a little bit under the basket to convert. But it's good to see that these guys are looking out for each other, and that's a great sign out of Thames Valley.
And they have shown a lot of discipline, considering it is the second five, the second unit that's come on. Nice pull-up shot. Nice young talent.
Definitely.
Good size on him.
And he looked like he was about to pull the three too. He looked quite comfortable there. Davey with a hard smack to the mouth, and we heard that up here. Strong take as he holds to get another. As the bench seems kind of animated over there. So let's just go through the numbers. Silla, 25 points. That's a quiet 25 that he just gets in his sleep. I mean, he's not even out there trying, shooting 83% from the field. Great job. Freckleton, who's one of my favorite players, 14 points. Solid performance all around. I think he's got 8 assists. You know, Silla also with 11 rebounds. Champion chipped in with a nice 8, but they were important 8 that he put in there. Johnson, 35, and Hectro, who I thought was excellent too, chipped in with 7 rebounds and 8 points. Now on the bench, Mo Aiden got 10 points tonight. Great effort from him. And to be honest, great effort from everyone as Aiden trying to come up with another steal.
Spin by Victor, a little bit short on the turnaround jump shot.
There's a lot of slipping going on the court, and that may be because it's not getting toweled down. Some people say we're to blame for that, Jules, but I, for one, won't take responsibility.
I think we underestimated our powers up here.
I'm telling you, the power of the mic is serious. We've got one goal this season, is to get cancelled. So if we can do that, then we're doing our job.
10 seconds left. Bank shot's good for 2. And I think Nottingham will run out the ball. Why have we fouled? To stop the clock, 5.8 seconds left.
We'll go back to the live chat. Pablo, what do you guys think about trans athletes competing with non-trans? That's a setup question. We're not going to address that today. Thank you very much. They're putting everything in the live chat. Sometimes we need a moderator for that thing right now, please. 22 to 122 to 49. 5.8 seconds left, and this is really a very, very convincing display by Thames Valley Cavaliers. They were in control from the first tip. Yeah, they were in control really from the first tip of this game, and it was never in doubt. And I think Nottingham have a lot to think about if they want to compete at the level of Thames Valley Cavaliers.
Definitely, it's going to be a long drive home today for them. A lot to think about in terms of their performance and what they could do to get better. But you know, it's all about making improvements. And you know, if they're in playoff contention still, so anything's possible.
As a coach, what do you look at for games like this? I mean, I would say a few of the bright sparks. Ajay, I thought, played well. I liked Hyundai. We both looked at him and thought he's someone who could add something to the unit. In fact, Benley, I thought, you know, as I said, none of these guys may show up on the stat sheets of doing anything great, but I think he's a player to watch and a player you need to give more time to, because I think they can develop into something that could bridge this gap a bit more. But, you know, Thames Valley just are looking better every week, and they have to, because I think they've got some big challenges in the coming weeks that they're really going to need to be on the top of their game for.
Definitely, and I think, like you said earlier, it's about finding the identity of that team. What are they going to do? How are they going to score? How are they going to play defense? What type of team they're going to be? Those things, you know, need to be addressed. You know, especially when you're playing a better or a high quality teams.
They do, and I mean, I think it's sometimes you rely on talented players, and Nottingham definitely have talented players who can put the ball in the basket. But when a team comes against them with a plan, you need more than just talent. You need more, especially if that talent involves taking it to the basket, because it's easier to stop a team going to the basket than it is if they can shoot and take it to the basket. And tonight, the shooting percentages we haven't. Let's see what they're shooting now. I mean, they're not shooting a great percentage. Are they shooting 12% from 3? That ain't going to get it done. No, yeah, that's not going to get it done in Thames Valley. So they definitely have to improve their shooting a little bit. I think they need a bit more structure. They need to move the ball quicker. But I'm sure coach will go over the stat sheet and try and, you know, adjust it, as I said, for the next time and for their next game, because they are now on a 6-game slide. And, you know, those ones are hard to get out with. You know, any win right now would be something that they're looking to do. But as I said, we're here. Thames Valley carry on. That takes their record to, is it 10-1 now?
I believe it's 10-1.
Okay, so we've got a few big games coming up. And as I said, once again, UpStreamedia trying to bring you the best in live streaming basketball action in the UK. Okay?
So we want to thank you for tuning in today, all those live chatters, and thank you for your comments and thank you for your input. It's been myself, Julius Joseph, and my main man, Martin Gottfried, been on the mic. Thank you for joining in with us, and take care and have a good day.
Yeah, be safe out there. Take care. See you next time, if we're still here.